All right, I'm right at the Panhandle Trail. I'm at the Walker's Mill Inn. I'm in Carnegie. So I'm over there on the right. And yeah. I'm over there at the right at Walker's Mill. And I'm gonna ride all the way to Weirton down there past Collier's there on the left side. I don't know why they don't have Weirton on there, but that's where we're going, so. All right, let's enjoy the ride. There's the parking lot. That's my white Toyota pickup truck. Charlene, my lady, has dropped me off here. We live in Weirton, so she's gonna pick me back up in the Weirton trailhead, and we're at the Walker's Mill trailhead right now. Yeah. Dude, I like your shirt. Thanks. We'll see you later. It's pretty cool right here. Panhandle Trail. There's thanking everybody that helped them with the trail, and there's a nice little place there you could come and picnic and do whatever you want. This place is just so nice. This is only the third time I've ever been on this part of the trail. That's right. We're going over a creek right here, but I don't know the name of it. Yeah, I'm on my Surly skid loader. I just got back from Ragbri, and it's been a week or so since I've been on my bike. It's been a week and 3 days, and I rode over 400 miles at Ragbri, and my butt really took a punishment the first 2 days. I didn't actually have riding pants. So this is really cool right here, and you can walk up to this, and this is a big cliff area. It's a big cliff area, and it also has a nice pool. I mean, it has a nice little pond down there that you can enjoy. And it's just beautiful down here. Nice little park, picnic tables. You know, you can walk up here and just have a good old time. No doubt about that. Plenty of pavilions. You can build a fire right here. I'm not sure what this is over here. It looks like a stage. I don't know. It might be a stage right there. That's pretty cool. There's another pond there to the left. I'll tell you what, riding on this check gravel is sweet. Right. There's people ride, people walk. Hello, ladies. I just can't get over how smooth this gravel is. Wow. We're currently going 13 miles an hour. This trail's about, I think it's 54 miles if you loop it, so that's going to be like 26, 27 miles. I'm not really sure. We're going to be going through some towns, and we'll probably You know, we're gonna stop to smell the roses a little bit. Now, I'll tell y'all about everything that I know about on this trail. There's all kinds of places to eat and hang out. I don't know wherever. Hey there, young man, and puppy. There's another parking lot, and there's actually a really nice walking trail up there. And so you can probably see it. Walk down there, and you can park over here. I don't know the name of this, but we might find out what it is. It's Renterdale parking. This is a Renterdale parking lot. And there, I've never walked on those trails across from there, but I know there's some nice cliffs and ridges and stuff to walk on. So I'm sure it would be more than worth it to go give it a shot. Yeah, man, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is nice. Man, I'm glad to be back on my bike. Yeah, we just hit a higher gear. Yeah, we're going 13 miles an hour, so at 13 miles an hour, if I didn't stop, you know, this would be over with like in 2 hours. So, you know, I'm not really sure how long it's going to take yet, which it don't matter. Charlene, my lady, she's driving back home, and she's going to hang out with our puppy dogs and relax and do whatever while I'm out here on this trail. And it's really nice of her to take me to this trailhead so I can ride all the way back to the house. And it's been a long time since I rode on this sweet gravel. And it's not really gravel, I don't know what it is, but it's going to turn back into asphalt here in a little bit. Like we might be headwinding it today, which is no problem because I am riding an electric e-bike. It's pedal assist. It doesn't have a throttle on it. It's made by a company called Surly, and a lot of people know the Surly name. And this is called a skid loader. It's a Surly skid loader. It has a Bosch mid-drive, and that has a place for a second battery, which I have on here right now, which I don't think I'll need today. But I rode this bike at Ragbri, and it was, hey there, and it was, this bike is very powerful. Now we're cruising along at 16 miles an hour. Well, it's been a dream of mine to capture the complete Panhandle Trail on film. And believe it or not, I'm doing it today with 3 cameras. I've got I got an Insta360 X4. How y'all doing? And sorry about that, sir. And yeah, that gentleman. I probably should have warned that gentleman I was coming around. I guess I'm just used to riding at Ragbri, and I forgot to tell. I apologize to that young man back there. Yeah, so I'm running an Insta 360 X4 camera, and I have an Insta 360 Ace Pro, and I'm also running an Insta 360 Ace Pro 2, which that's actually my favorite camera. What side you want me on, sir? Right side? Okay. Good afternoon, my friend. And I got them all kind of looking forward right now, but later on I'm going to take that Ace Pro off. I'm going to try to mount it in a really cool spot. Yeah. Wow, look at here. Man, you can stop here and get some water at the Pro Bike Run. Oh, there's also tools there too. Oh, I've never seen this before. So there was I don't guess it was a driveway, but you can go up into that new subdivision from there. And of course, they don't want me in their subdivision, but you can. They can come down here and use the trail. Oh yeah. Man, I tell you, this is the fastest I've ever rode this trail. It's pretty rad. I mean, I'm not trying to see how fast I can do it or nothing. I've never had this bike down here on this part of the trail. So I know I'm going uphill. It's uphill all the way to McDonald, I think. Then on the other side of McDonald, there's a major hill. Then when you get to Burgettstown, there's like an 11-mile downhill section. Like I said, we're running from the east to the west. We started at Walker's Mill Trailhead, which is in Carnegie, basically. And we're heading west towards Weirton, West Virginia. I can't tell y'all how much fun I'm having right now. Alright, I need to veer down. Way down. Look at these nice folks. Are y'all guys volunteers? Well, it looks great. And I'm having a great time.
Good.
Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm crossing a road here, but I'm not sure what the name is. I'm going to try to avoid some of those big bumps over there. I remember those bumps. They're pretty rough. Yeah, it's not supposed to rain ever. It's gonna get really dry, I have a feeling. We're just cruising along. Like I said, my bike is pedal assist, so I have to pedal it to get it to do anything. But I have 4 ranges, which is Eco, Sport, no Eco. I can't really remember what all 4 of them are. But the highest one is Turbo. So, in Turbo, the highest gear, I mean the highest power, you don't have to help the bike a whole lot. It does most of it itself. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I weigh 350 pounds, and I don't think I can ride this whole trail on a pedal bike. I think about 10 miles would be my range on a regular pedal bike. So an e-bike is really getting me out here. You know, where I can really enjoy myself. And there's a lot of bikers who ride faster than me. I cruise about 13, 14 mile an hour, where a lot of the speed limit on this trail is 15. But you got those real good riders. They're out here running 22, 23. And they're not hurting nothing because they're respectful, you know. They're not, you know, they just want to come out here and ride the pace that they normally ride. It's all good. Nobody's going to get in trouble for that. Oh yeah, there's another step. Looks like there's a little walkway right there. That might take you over to most of the time you see a little walkway or a little bridge, not only on the Panhandle Trail, but it usually goes over to a community. Yeah, that's right there. It's just somebody's backyard. I can't believe the speed they're making. This is awesome. This bike is just so good. This next little town up here, I know it has, if you go to the right, there's some murals, there's some wall paintings on the sides of buildings. It's beautiful. And up here on the left is, I don't know the name of the Italian restaurant, but there's an Italian restaurant up there that's second to nobody. It's highly. We drive there and go eat. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey. It's just nice meeting people out here on the trail. Good afternoon. Yeah, I think it's about 1 o'clock. It's Thursday. It's like, yeah, right over there to the left is where, the name of that restaurant is Pepper Scardo's Pub. And right down that street there is where those murals are at. I just wish I knew the name of this town. I apologize, I just don't. along the building. This is a beautiful stretch. Yeah, this is the Panhandle Trail. It used to be a railroad. You know, it's a rails to trails. Man, you can see about looks like you can see a mile right now. That's pretty rad. Good afternoon. Yeah, we're just cruising along 15 mile an hour. Yeah, this kind of speed, it won't take us long to get up to the next intersection. Yeah, she's coming right up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to slow down, gear down. So that we can probably a road to cross right here, I think. Oh, look at those flowers. And this trail is maintained by volunteers only. And they do a great job. Doesn't say where this parking lot is. It's by Willow Street. Willow Street's over there. I've been 4.5 miles so far. Holy macaroni. Up on another road crossing. So we need to slow down and gear down. Yeah, a lot of times this stuff is really bumpy. It's actually a driveway. A couple of nice houses right there. How y'all folks doing today?
Doing great. How about you?
I've been eating a lot. I know you can't tell it right here, but It's pretty extremely uphill right here. You can tell by looking. That's no problem for the Surly skid loader in turbo mode. Yeah, when I was at Ragbra, I had about 3 people, really. They told me I shouldn't be out on Ragbra. But a year ago, I weighed 465 pounds. Now I weigh just a little bit under 350. And I was kind of arrogant when I went to Ragbra because I wasn't quite in the shape I thought I was. But man, that 4th day, we were heading south, and it was 15, 20 mile an hour headwinds. Man, and it was, you'd think you'd be cold or cool, but thank goodness, I don't know, thank goodness we had that wind, because it was like 100% humidity, corn sweat. I couldn't hold on to my grips even with gloves on. It was crazy. Man, that's 75 miles. Oh Lord, it took a long time. And when I got there, I actually cheated and took about a 2-mile shortcut to camp. But it's the way it goes. If I had to do over again, I wouldn't have took a shortcut, but at the moment I was desperate. There was a ambulance sitting there, and I asked them if you know, directions, and that gentleman asked me if I would sit in his ambulance. How y'all doing? The gentleman asked me if I would sit in his ambulance for a little while and cool off and drink some water. And I did. It was really nice of him. All right. Coming up on another little intersection here. We're going to need to slow down and gear down. Now this restaurant here is supposed to be really good. I hope they have the name of it on there. I'm going to pan out wide here so you see it. Yeah. Looks like it's called Hunter's Restaurant. H-U-N-T-E-R-S. Good afternoon, young man. All right. We're going by McVeigh Street and Hunter's, H-U-N-N-E-R-S restaurant. I've heard their food's pretty good. Wow, there's one of those little book deals. I guess you can leave a book and take a book or something. That's pretty cool. We're not very far from McDonald's right now, and I've rode to McDonald's many a time, and that's where I'd usually turn around at, and that would usually be, I'm not real sure, about a 36, 38 mile ride. You ride from the Harmon Creek trailhead there in Weirton, it would, you know, 36 miles on a bicycle, you know, that's about all a person wants unless they, you know, unless they ride a lot. And, yeah, I'm wanting to ride a lot. It's going to turn to asphalt pretty soon, if I remember right. You know, you look at this and you wouldn't think it's smooth, but man, it is. All right, we're coming to another intersection. Now, I've been down to this intersection quite a few times. It's just a little bit past McDonald's. You know, I'd ride to McDonald's like, I'm going all the way to the end today. And then I'd go past McDonald's and I'd come down to here. I don't think so. And I'd turn around and go back. Hey, there's a tomato. I don't know the name of this road. I guess I do. It's like semis leave a lot of stuff out here. Yeah, it's a big old yard. Man, look at that Quonset hut over there. Yeah, it's a big old yard over there. They're doing a lot of piping work. All right, we're back on the trail, and guess what? It's asphalt the rest of the day. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss the gravel because you get out here and roots start going over. Hey there, young one. And roots start going underneath the asphalt and it can get really rough. You can see some roots right here trying to dig in underneath this, but further up the way where there's a lot more where the asphalt's older, there's some roots, which is no big deal. No big deal whatsoever. All right, we're to McDonald's. Good afternoon. There's a covered bridge right here, and they say they moved this covered bridge from somewhere else to here, but I've been to a lot of these covered bridges. I don't really think it's the truth. Could be wrong. We need to slow down and gear down. How's it going, young man? Good. Good to see you out here. Here's that. Man, that covered bridge is awesome. A lot of people park. This is McDonald's. A lot of people park here. The very first e-bike I ever rode was right here, and there was a dealership right over there called Pedigo or something like that. And I rented me and my lady Charlene a couple of bikes there. It was there in that gray building. It's gone now. And they weren't in business long, and the thing about it is that the business has changed so much that I don't think that Pedigo Bikes, I don't even know if they're in business now or not. They might be. But you can get anything you want there in McDonald. McDonald has a Subway, a couple of, if you just turn right there, right where that Pedigo store used to be, right to the left of that is a pizza place. And they make all kinds of sandwiches, and you can lean your bike up right by the window. You can sit down right by your bike. You can sit down right by your bike. Order you something to eat, kick back. They probably have it, like if you want to, you know, at Ragbri everybody was drinking beer and riding, but I don't drink beer, so I didn't do that. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, we're going to come up on another intersection here. So here, oh, here's all those routes I was talking about. These routes will, if you don't stand up a little bit, they'll rearrange everything you got. They'll rearrange all my cameras, rearrange my guts. This is West End Drive. Matter of fact, they just put a new bridge right down there. So a big bunch of houses on the other side of that bridge. This guy's got it pretty low here, it looks like. Doing great. Good afternoon, young man. Yes, sir. Now this big bridge you're starting to see up here in the sky, that's the Montour Trail. And if you go to the right on the Montour Trail, it takes you down to Coraopolis. And if you go to the left, it takes you to McKeesport. And there you can get on the Allegheny Pass right there, if you like. One time, me and my friend Jimmy, we took off more routes out. We took off from Weirton, and we came here and got on the Montour Trail, and we rode down downtown Pittsburgh, went to the Hard Rock Cafe, and Charlene come and picked us up. The next thing we're coming to, right above our head, is that is the new Interstate 576. And if you could get on that, if you go to the right from here because we're going west on the Panhandle Trail. But if you could get that and go right, it's about 6 or 7 miles to the Pittsburgh Airport. And if you go to the left, it'll take you down onto 79, and you'll be just a few miles from Washington, Pennsylvania. It'll take you to Washington, Pennsylvania. Sure will. And right here is where you turn to go to the Montreux Trail. Junction Station, Montreux Trail to the right there. So you actually have to come up, you have to turn, go there. Hey there, young man. You have to go down there about a quarter of a mile. You can jump onto the Montour. It's a good deal. Here in the very near future, I'm wanting to have a Century Day. And I want to leave Weirton, and then I want to come here and get on the Montour Trail. I want to do the Montour Trail loop, which is about 82 miles. Washington County Panhandle Trail. Not sure the name of this road. There's a name, it's over there on a street sign, but I can't twist around that far to see it. Oh wow, there's a bunch of deer right up here. Man, I hope I don't hit one of them. Jeez. Oh, it's a my God. I hear a bunch of them to the left in the woods right there too. All right. Looks like I lived through that. That's good. Sure what this road right here is. You know, I should have looked all this stuff up before I come out here. Now we're going to go uphill again for a long way. And so I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know how hard it would be to ride this bike. How y'all doing? I don't know how hard it would be to ride this bike on a pedal bike. But I lose 20, 30 more pounds. I've got a 29-inch BMX bike, and I rode it about 10 miles out here on this trail one day. You can, I've done a bicycle pedal test. I did ride about 10 miles on it. I don't know if I could ride up these hills on that bike. So no. It would be really sweet to get out here on a pedal bike and do this without the electric assist. We are cruising along. We're going uphill at 15 miles an hour. I got it in turbo mode with my Bosch mid-drive. Oh yeah. trail's so beautiful. Look at all them honeysuckles. This is just a beautiful trail to ride on. Saturday, I'm going to be back out riding. I got to take my two dogs, our two dogs, to the groomer. Well, she lives pretty close to Raylan, Ohio. Raylan, Ohio has a dam on the Ohio River. It has a nice marina, which is upstream from the dam. Big golf course. Bunch of old houses, a Dairy Queen. So, uh-oh, intersection. Got to gear down, slow down. Gear down and slow down for an intersection. Yes. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here comes Kool-Aid. When I try to make that Century Day, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. Oh, look at all these freaking. I'm going fast. Roots ahead, sir. Gosh, I hate those roots. I don't know what gear I'm going to try to ride in. I don't know how fast I want to go. Of course, the more I put into it, the more, battery life I'll have. But I'm going to bring an extra battery, and I'm going to bring 2 battery chargers. So if I feel like I need to stop somewhere and charge up a little bit, I'll do it. Because I'm a cheater. I ride an e-bike. I'm a cheater. Because I use a little cell energy. I'm a cheater. Because I got a Bosch mid-drive. Oh yeah. And the pedals I'm using, ooh, they are so nice. I have pedal innovations, and I have the extra large ones on here. And woo doggy, are they nice. I use them at RagBri. Oh my goodness. If you want to buy a good pedal, the best pedal, in my opinion, they spend $200. Go to Pedal Innovations, get the XL large pedals. Oh man, they are so nice. I'm telling you. Some shade. Look at this rat. There's a big old tent there. There's actually a tunnel going underneath the trail right here. And it's not much bigger than a car. And there's a lot of roots now. Ooh. Rough. Now one time, right up the road from here, not up the road, but this is the worst route section there is on this trail. This may be, you may be better off in that spot. I don't know if you can see them, but they're over there. Right. I think there's some more roots right up here, for sure. But up here, there's this big, ginormous hill. And it's out in the field, and it kind of gives you an illusion that it's really bigger than it is. Bunch of roots right there and one around. All I'm saying, if you don't know those roots are there, because you know, I'm going uphill. If you're going down that other way and you're going about 20 miles an hour, holy shit. So yeah, we're opening up into this big field right here. And it looks like you are climbing the biggest hill on earth right here. But one time I rode up here and I wanted to see if I could climb this hill in the lowest setting on my bike. Eco mode. So I decided to come up here. I'm gonna ride this, me and my buddy Jimmy. So I went up at no problem in eco mode. I rode up this hill 6-7 miles an hour, no problem. And I really figured out that this hill really ain't that big, ain't that steep, isn't that steep. Matter of fact, coming up from Weirton to Burgettstown, I think it's steeper than this part, to be honest with you. Yep. It's kind of freaking me out today. It's been 2 years since I've been on this hill. Matter of fact, that was the last time I was on this hill. And, yeah, I mean, like, I'm already to the top. I just blew up that hill at 15 miles an hour on my Surly skid loader. I mean, I was on my Surly skid loader 2 years ago, but back then I was scared to use any of my battery. I was always, I am a little bit out of breath. I guess I was adding more to that than I thought I was. Hey, that's good for me. Yeah, this is the area where there's a bunch of big hills here. There's trails on these hills and stuff. And a lot of motorcycles, four-wheelers and side-by-sides, they come out here. And you know, they want to ride on those trails, but a lot of times they have to ride on this bicycle and walking trail to get there. How y'all doing? You know, I started riding, I bought e-bikes 4 years ago. And this was my best friend up here, Jimmy. Well, his brother, he's a truck driver that goes all over America and goes places. Well, he met these Amish people that had electric bikes. And Jimmy told me about them at work because I was hauling crude oil out here. And so Jimmy, he went and looked at one of them, and I rode it. And at first I thought, man, I don't want that big heavy piece of junk. But boy, one circle in a driveway changed my mind. So the first e-bike I bought was a Rad Mission 1. And it's a single speed. I still got a new one in the box at home. And man, I started bringing it out here, riding it. You know, 4 years ago, I'd say about 10% of the people were on electric bikes. But now, I would say, if you're watching this video, I would say 90% of the bikes we've seen are electric. assist. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, I weighed 465 pounds, and I've had this bike for like 2.5 years. And even when I was 465, I'd still come out here and ride 30, 35 miles. You know, and that was a lot better than me sitting on the couch. But you got all these people out, there's a lot of people out here who are in shape and never been overweight. And I don't understand why I was fat either, but it's okay. It's okay for an overweight person to come out and ride an e-bike on these trails. And a lot of people have a lot of negativity towards it. Right here at this intersection and this porta potty, I gotta slow down. I gotta gear down and slow down for an intersection. I done a bunny hop right here on that very rad Mission 1 I had. How you doing, sir?
Good.
Yeah, so me and Charlene, I bought Charlene a rad Mission 1. Hey there. We came out here. I'm like, man, I want to do a bunny hop. I still got a picture of it. I'll put that picture in this video. How's that sound? You're not gonna see much, but the funny thing about it, hey there, the funny thing about it is that Charlene was trying to take a picture of me while I was in the air. And I've done about 15 bunny hops, but I was never in the air. So then I'm like, okay, just let's make a video of a bunny hop. And we done that. And then I just took a screenshot. Oh yeah. History was made. Well, I don't know how far we are from Burkington now, but we're probably 4 or 5 miles from Burkington. I'd say that we are over halfway, would be my guess. Would be my guesstimate. Now, when we go on the other side of Burgettstown, I'm going to turn the power down low because it's like 11 miles of downhill. And they also paved from Collier's parking lot all the way down to Weirton now. So I've never even rode. Yeah, I have rode on that whole section. I'm sorry, I have. Sure have. I did ride it on my pedal bike. I have my 29-inch BMX bike is a Sunday, made by a company called Sunday. It's called a High C, and it is a wonderful bike. Where are y'all headed to? Yeah. Good luck, fellas. I'll have to watch the video to see where they're going. But man, they were getting it. Holy crap. They're packing everything. I'm sure they had their tents and their blow-up dolls and everything. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, them guys in shape, heck, they could just walk into any dollar store, and the girl running the cash register will just run off with them, I'm sure. I'm sure they don't have any trouble finding ladies. All right. Man, this is downhill right here. It's deceptive. It kind of looks uphill, but it's down. Hey, I'm not complaining. When I was at Ragbri last week, if I didn't have to pedal, I didn't. A lot of times I'd go up a hill, I'd climb a hill at 15, 17 mile an hour in turbo mode on my bike here. And then I would just glide down the hill. And you know, and those fast riders, they pedal downhill. Like, they want all the speed, you know, they want to go as fast as they can. But they pass me a lot going downhill because, you know, I'm 57 years old, extremely overweight. Now I've been exercising. I've got a personal trainer, and we're making 100 exercise videos, and we're targeting a morbidly obese people. We're building muscles to burn fat. So when I was at Ragbri, I'd glide down hills. A lot of times I'd get down to 9 mile an hour, 8 mile an hour. But I was just so tired, and I needed the rest. And then when it started going uphill, I'd just kick in and I'd pedal real hard with that electric assist. You know, I just kept going up hills. And 75 miles later, on most of those days, I'd make it to the campsite only to sweat to death. Now, if my commentating on this video is annoying you, I guess you can just turn it down. I don't know. I don't know if somebody would like to watch this video with no talking. Now, I live here, so, you know, if you would enjoy a video like this, maybe just hear the sounds of the bikes and people saying hi and stuff, just let me know. I'll ride it again. I can ride this trail every day if I want to. No problem. To Burgettstown pretty soon, and when we get to Burgettstown, we're only going to be 11 miles from Weirton. Really, about 10 miles of it's downhill, because when you leave Burgettstown, it takes about a mile to get to the downhill. And it's really not downhill enough that you can't just ride all the way to Weirton without pedaling. You still have to pedal some. But, well, that was a nice, I didn't comment on the nice houses there, but it's a nice little area. One thing about these, really the dangerous thing about these trails is, especially this one, is you don't know who's going to be out here. Because this trail is part of the trail that goes from, that people use to come from out west, like they're coming across America. Well, a lot of homeless people, when it gets warm enough, they'll just leave their shelter or whatever, and they'll just come out here and live on these trails. I've met tons of them. And the sad thing is, what I don't like about this, and I don't even enjoy mentioning is if you talk to them, you know, then they want stuff. You know, they want to You know, they even want to go home with you usually, but and what happens in that with that is that people just quit talking to them, and that's what it's so sad that that's where I'm at now. I've had so many bad experiences that when I first learned about Rails to Trails, I started looking for a house. I wanted a house. I didn't care where it was in America. I wanted a house where Rails to Trails went through my backyard, you know, one that was kind of heavily traveled. But I soon found out that, you know, so you could have showers and a place for, hey there, a place for people to shower and camp. You know, and I didn't really want to do it for the money because I just love it so much. But then I soon found out that like all these places only take credit cards, and you can only pay with your phone or over the computer. And the reason is that those places will fill up with homeless people if you don't do it that way. And a lot of times they'll just move in anyway. You know, they're like, because they played the system so much, they know that nothing's going to happen to them. They're just going to get run off, or they might take them down to the jail and give them a cell for a night and feed them, and they get to sleep in a cool room that night or whatever. So I don't have anything against the way those people live, but it can be dangerous, and that's why I'll never have a home on a Rails to Trails, because you never know who's going to walk up on you. Oh man, there was some freaking roots right there. All right, doing some more pedaling. Yeah. Oh, I've stopped right there a bunch of times. That's a really nice place to stop, sit in the shade, talk to your buddy. I'm having such a great time out here today. I'm about ready for a big old swig of water. I'll have to stop to do that. That's cool. So if I don't stop till I get to Burgettstown, that's going to mean that I rode about 17 or 18 miles today. Yeah, we're going to be to Burgettstown here pretty soon. I already see their cell phone tower. Hey there, young man. I see some of their houses up on the hill. See, we just went by a 27-mile marker, but that is the wrong mileage. Because, hey there, young man, this rail trail doesn't start at the beginning of this old railroad line. I think it starts like at the 10-mile mark. Because if you go east from where I started at, the trail is like a driveway, and somebody lives on the trail, so obviously that's not railroad property anymore, I don't think. So what do we got here? Yeah, we're going over Highway 18 up here. About 3 miles up the road to the right from here is where the Pittsburgh, that's where they have the concerts at, amphitheater. And it's the name of a bank, and I don't know the bank's name. We're not gonna pretend like we know it, but if you go to the Pittsburgh Outdoor Amphitheater, I tell you what, if Creed was playing, I would definitely. All right. I think I'm just going to go in here and get something to drink. Let me tell you something. We're taking off from Paradise on the Panhandle Trail. Great place to stop, cool off, get a slushie, ice cream, just about anything you want to eat. It's a great restaurant. So here we go. That's right, you want to come to Paradise on the Panhandle Trail. It's got good AC, slushies, food, ice cream, good hospitality. Just a great place. Just a wonderful place. All right, we're taking off from Paradise on the Panhandle Trail. Great place to stop, cool off, get a slushie, ice cream, just about anything you want to eat. It's a great restaurant. So here we go. We're in Burgettstown, Pennsylvania, and we're leaving Paradise, and this is where a lot of folks park and get on the trail right here. How y'all doing today? Feels good to be back on the bike. I was there for about 15 minutes and man, that slushie was so good. Oh my Lord, I should have drank water, but it was just good. How y'all folks doing? We're just cooking down the road. Right. Yeah, we're gonna come to another road here in a few minutes, a few moments actually. Yeah, we gotta, it's kind of still uphill, and oh no, we gotta slow down. Water, water, water. Gotta gear down too. Dude, I'm just barely gonna creep over this water. Yeah, allergic to water. All right, we're gonna stay geared. We've already geared down and slowed down for this intersection. We go across here, it's a long way to the next intersection. A couple of 3 miles anyway. There's not too many more out here. Up there around that curve is where it starts going downhill. All right, we are doing it. Last time I was on this part of the trail was last year, probably in September, and I weighed 465 pounds, believe it or not. All right, I think right here is where it starts going downhill a little bit. It don't really matter, but when you're coming the other way, man, when you get to Burgettstown, you're like, oh man, you know, that was 11 miles uphill. All right. This has been a great ride today. I'm gonna be a little bit sad when it's over, but it's okay. I kind of like this end of the trail because it's my end. This is the end I live on. We got the state line down here. It's only about 4 miles. You know, up here where the Panhandle Trail is, West Virginia is only about 4 miles wide, east to west. And the Panhandle Trail runs east to west in West Virginia. So, when I get that state line, about 4 more miles to go. That'll be pretty cool. It's real shady and nice there. A lot of older folks said when the train was running, I don't know when the Panhandle Trail went running. I wish I did. That'll be for another video. But they said that that steep part up here that they could really hear the trains. Working hard, getting up that hill. I'm sure my watchers are tired of hearing about downhill. See a crow way down there. Probably found something juicy to eat. Be my guess. Yeah, yesterday I meant to set up a camera on my helmet, and I was working. I'm putting up a new doggy door in my house. I'll show it to you. It's no big deal. And I just didn't work hard enough to work on my helmet. And then I needed a 9/16 drill bit. Like, what the heck? So we went to Walmart, you know, that's the biggest they had was a 1/2 inch. So then we went to this local hardware store called the Busy Beaver. So we went to the Beaver, you know, and they had 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, you know, 7/8 inch, but no 9/16, you know. And Charlene, my lady, she's like, do they even make a 9/16? I'm like, yes. I said, back in Kentucky, I have 9/16 of an inch drill bits. So we looked on Amazon. Of course, there's tons of them on Amazon. So I ordered 2 of them. Both of them said they were supposed to be here today, which I don't believe either one of them will be, but they might be. It's no big deal. But I took the old door down and put the new door up, and we're really excited. You know, I've been leaving the door open a lot since we got those dogs so they can go in and out. And, you know, my utility bill went up a little. And the biggest problem, though, is flies and fruit flies. Man, it just seems like you open the door and they just fly in. You know, if you leave the door open very long, they attack. So I bought this, like, Raid. It's like a tower. It looks like a long toilet paper roll, but it's chrome. So when I took it apart, your flies are supposed to stick to it, and you hang it up. Well, I thought you had to take the chrome off. Well, heck far, I grabbed it, man. And it's ready to go, man. I got my fingers in that sticky stuff. Oh my Lord, it was hard to get off. It's been hanging there for like 3 days. And I think it's got 3 flies in it. And I've got like 1,400 flies in my house. I don't know what the deal is. I thought it was supposed to tranquilize, but it's not doing a very good job. Yeah, I'm basically, I haven't pedaled in a while. I'm going 12 mile an hour downhill. Now I'm up to 14. It's pretty cool. I've got that, I got a really nice thing that you put on your bike, and it tells you, you know, the incline you're going on and all that stuff. And the reason I haven't hooked it up is because I'll look at it all the time. You know, and I guess at the end of the day, I could show you what I rode and all that, but not in my videos right now. Right now, you're getting a whole Panhandle trail from Walker's Mill from the east all the way west to Weirton, Harmon Creek. You know, and I guess on this trip here, if you want to look at it, I'll put a picture up of the map. But you know, I'm not as sophisticated as other people right now, and you know, it takes time to learn all that stuff. And I should take the time, but I'd rather just pet my dogs than learn how to use that fancy bicycle thing. It's made by a popular GPS. It's a GPS. It's a Garmin, yeah. I got the one that'll Bluetooth to my 8 Pro camera. So I guess you know, while I'm filming, you know, you can read my speeds and everything, my inclines, and all that stuff. Hey, you know, that's pretty neat, but you know, right down. But today we're just enjoying the Panhandle Trail. There's one more Panhandle Trail from beginning to end, but he does it like in 4 speed or something like that. And this one is going to be posted in real time, which I'm thinking is going to be a little over 2 hours long, but I'm not real sure yet. 318. We're doing good. Now this little hump right here, I consider about the steepest spot. Man, when you're riding, used to a couple of years ago when I was riding quite a bit. I've got another bike, an aerial rider, that I would come out here a lot with. So I would try to use as little power as I could to get up to Burgettstown, so we could ride all the way to McDonald. So if I didn't do a lot of pedaling, you know, I would, you know, I couldn't make, you know, if I used a lot of battery, I couldn't make it to McDonald's and back. And I remember that little hump right there. But I knew when I got over that hump that I wasn't too awful far away. Usually, if I remember right, me and Jimmy, we would ride down to McDonald's and we'd use as little bit of battery as we could to get there, so we could ride wide open all the way back. And that's what we would do. And me and Jimmy had some great times out here. I miss riding with Jimmy, and Jimmy watches every one of my videos. Jimmy will be listening to this right now. And I'm telling you, Jimmy, we need to go ride next week, you know, if you're not going fishing. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to go to the flea market in Rogers, Ohio. That's always a good time. That'd be a good place to walk around and do some filming and burn some energy. And you know, I'm into remote control stuff, bicycles. I love remote control airplane engines. Just love them. And I bought stuff like that before up there. So maybe we'll but I've always wanted to go to Rogers and make a video. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to be working out tomorrow. My trainer sent me a message. So, and like I said, Saturday, I'm taking my dogs over to the groomer, and then I'm going to make a video basically ride down, up and down all the streets of Rayland, Ohio. We're going to visit Rayland, Ohio. And it's going to be fun. Tell you what, I have never came this way and just seen how much I can go without pedaling, because Jimmy and I would usually be, you know, we'd have our batteries up all the way, you know, we'd have it on full power, we'd be pedaling down through here 15, 18 miles an hour. But I'm pleasantly surprised that, man, I am really going far without pedaling any. Like, we're going 13 right now. So now we're down to 12, but I think we're going to gain more speed right here. Oh yeah, we're already up to 14 now. Too cool. Well, we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. Yeah, when I was riding Ragbri, you know, if I could go 14, 10 mile an hour down the hill, I wouldn't pedal at all, because I was trying to save all my energy for the next big hill, because that's all it was. And but heck, out here, man, there isn't a hill between here and there. No, this don't even seem fair. This riding is so pleasurable that I don't know what to think about it. Get myself up to 20, and then just, we've sat there and took a break many a time, Jimmy and I and Charlene. If you don't Oh yeah, I've stopped here many times too, taking a break. Matter of fact, I was here. If you go back and watch my video where I test some pedals, I ride all the way to right here, turn around, come back. And I was either testing my dirty sixer pedals or the pedals I got on this bike right here, which are the Pedaling Innovations XL. And I like the Pedaling Innovations pedals better than I like the Dirty Sixer pedals. The Dirty Sixers have these weird round fronts, and they have 90-degree edges all the way around. So in that front, like if you got your foot just right, it may try to step on that pedal without it rolling over, which probably would never happen. But the Dirty Sixer, that guy claims them to be the biggest pedals that money can buy. But it's not true. The Pedaling Innovations pedal XLs are actually bigger than pedals, and I got videos to prove it. The Dirty Sixer pedals are like $210 or $230 plus $30 next day shipping. So when I bought the pedals from this guy, you know, I thought I would get these pedals in a couple of days. Well, 2 weeks later, he finally sent them to me. And I think that's bad business. And then about 2 years, that was like 2 years ago when he done that. And then early this year, I said something about it on Facebook. He did offer to give me $20 back, you know, 2 years later. But he sure didn't offer to help me out after he made a big mistake. Now, a bunch of nice guys ride those bikes. I met a basketball player, and up at Ragbri, he rode a bunch of Ragbri. He's part owner of the Spurs, as a matter of fact. I think his last name might be Robertson. That guy has to appreciate that he just met a regular guy who didn't know who he was, and we just said hi to each other and stuff, and just enjoyed the moment. And I think it's awesome that he wants to come out and ride, but looks like he was on one of those big 36er, 36-inch bikes. Super cool dude. Wow, look at this stretch here. You're riding in a cave of trees down there. It's just amazing. It's downhill. I don't even have to pedal if I don't want to. I'm going 15 miles an hour. You know, the Creeper Trail down in Damascus, Virginia, you know, the hurricane washed it out. You know, but, you know, if you wanted to ride, you know, 11 miles downhill, almost without pedaling, you could just come to Burgettstown, Pennsylvania, get on the Panhandle Trail and ride down to Weirton, West Virginia. I met a guy on this trail. As a matter of fact, me and Jimmy met him at the convenience store back in Ferguson. And he was making a video. He was riding from Washington, D.C. back home. You know, I actually don't know exactly where he lives, but I'm guessing he lives close to Portsmouth, Ohio. Portsmouth, Ohio, a place I've been hundreds and hundreds of times. And he makes some of the best adventure videos out there. So So if you want to watch some good videos, look up Adventures with Bane. His rack bride, he's got a 3-hour rack bride video. You know, it's as good as as far as I'm concerned, it's as good as a doozer video. But Jimmy and I met him at a convenience store up at Burgettstown, real close to that Paradise on the Trail restaurant. And he rode with us down here to Weirton. And one thing I'm really appreciative of is the fact that he got video of me when I weighed 465 pounds. You know, I weigh a little less than 350 now. And I got the ugliest shirt I own. I had the ugliest shirt I own. And really just because it was so big that it covered me up. And on your left. All right. We got a gear down so we can slow down to go across this road. Gearing down so we can slow down. Isn't that nice? They got a porta potty, a place to park. I have no idea what the name of this road is, but we are very close. We are very, very close to the state line. We're going to be in West Virginia in a few minutes for sure. So, you know, we got to Bane Road with us to Weirton. I even offered it to take him home if he wanted to take him home. He didn't take me up on the offer. Oh, here's a big deer. Man, then he rode, well, I don't know, man, how far he rode. He rode so many miles. Like, he could ride. I think he's rode over 100 miles in a day before. So he rode somewhere that night, like south of Wheeling from here. Like another 40 miles that afternoon. But then the next day, he got somewhere and he rented a car and drove home. But I offered to take him home the day before. If he'd have just said yes, he could have put his truck, his bike in the back of my truck, and I would have took him home. And he would have been there. He looked pretty miserable at the time. But he just met me. He probably thought something bad would happen to him. He might have thought that I would get in the truck and set on him and he'd smother to death or something like that. All right, right down here is the state line. Right. Yep, we're going across Harmon Creek here in a moment. Harmon Creek right there. It's barely moving, barely moving. It has actually quit raining now up here. Yeah. I guess these folks over here across the way, they keep all this mowed. It's really nice. And right back here is a railroad mile marker. It's a state marker, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, state line marker. So now we are in West Virginia. Yeehaw, cowboy. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of battery left when we get back. I think if I rode real conservatively, I could ride the whole 54 miles with one battery, but it would probably be about 7, 9 mile an hour all day. I have to put it in a low gear. Like, this bike's heavy, so this bike probably weighs like 65 pounds or something like that. So I would have to get it down in a pretty low gear where it would be easy to pedal, but it wouldn't go fast either. It might be fun to try sometime. Coming around you on the left. Thank you. All right. Still going downhill. That was the Collier's parking lot. So they just blacktopped this part like last fall. Then when we get down here a little bit further, blacktops are. Coming by on your left there, young man. Coming by on the left there. We are going 19 miles an hour right now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I rode this a lot when it was still blacktop, and I mean not blacktop, but gravel. And it wasn't real smooth either. The first time I ever rode on it, it was muddy and stuff. And I got a bike at home that I didn't want to get muddy. All right, this part, well, we're still not to the new part. They just finished this a few weeks ago, but we're not to that part yet. They still further down here. No big deal. All right. This is so great. I want to thank Jimmy Martin. If it wasn't for Brian Martin showing his brother Jimmy Martin and telling him about electric bikes, I'd probably never would have got one. So Jimmy, thank you. I'm having a great time. The only way it'd be better is if you were with me. I'm hoping that you'll charge your bike and come out with me next week. Man, we are hauling the mail. Yeah, this bike cuts off at 20 mile an hour, so, and that's good. Oh, right here's where the new blacktop is. And supposedly, the way this bike's set up, you know, it's pedal assist, no throttle. It caps out at 20. That makes it legal like in all 40 states, 48 states, I think. I know in Pennsylvania you're not allowed, you're not supposed to have a throttle over there. But you can still buy one over there without a throttle. And people still ride them over there with throttles. I've got hub motor bikes with throttles, and I really like them. I'll tell you what, there was a time when 2 miles from the parking lot, there was a time when that throttle on that hub motor, it gave, you know, it enabled me to go riding, because about 3 years ago I was doing really good and I was riding all the time, and I just wish I hadn't stopped. But, you know, we all make mistakes. If you're still watching this video and you're interested in losing weight, you should watch my exercise videos. My trainer, Camilla Rose, she's a professional trainer, been training people for like 35 years. You can call her on the phone. Her phone number is in our videos. You know, like if you're just sitting on the couch and you just ate a bunch of food and you're upset with yourself, you know, give her a call. She'll talk to you. It'll be worth it too. She knows what to say. I asked her a question one time about, hey there, how's it going? I used to haul crude oil, and I'd overeat all the time out there. And a lot of times I would overeat driving down the road in my truck. Then when I get to a well site and I started loading oil, I was just miserable. And I asked her, I said, well, what do you do when you're in that situation? You know? She said, just get up and start walking around, walk around your truck, walk around. She said, if you'll walk around for 15 or 20 minutes, you'll feel a lot better. And of course, I asked her that question. I'm not hauling crude oil right now. I'm planning on going back to work here in a few months, but that's really good advice, because I usually just sit there. Man, I've done some awful things to myself when it comes to overeating, especially the last couple of years. Just, man, I don't even understand it. You know, people who overeat, they don't even understand what they're doing. That's why you need to talk to somebody. You know, tell somebody, hey, I'm eating too much. Talk to a trainer. Like Camilla, your first time she trains you, or the first time she talks to you, she doesn't start charging you at first. You can talk to her for a long time. She'll tell you what you need to do and all that stuff. And then, you know, y'all can decide whether she can help you, and you can move forward, and you know, you can start paying her for her help, and you will get dramatic results. Look at my videos. Hey there, just watch my videos and you'll see. I've had, if you look at them first videos, like where I've got the orange and yellow shirt on, and you go look at my recent videos, you can just see slabs of fat gone off me. I mean, it's insane. You can tell now we're on the new blacktop. They just put this down about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and it's absolutely wonderful. Just wonderful. Like I said, I think the guys who blacktopped this, I think the city of Weirton let them use their equipment, but I think the guys come out here and done the work for free. So, hey, how y'all doing? That's really nice of them. And I also think it's nice that there are just trails like this in existence. I didn't know they were here until, you know, Jimmy was telling me about e-bikes, and then he was telling me about this trail and stuff, and then, you know, then I learned about the trail from Pittsburgh to Cumberland, Maryland, the Allegheny Pass, and the C&O towpath from Cumberland, Maryland to Washington, D.C. And, you know, you could ride from Cincinnati to Cleveland. Man, it's just some wonderful trails. I see the cars down there. I see the end. It's pretty rad. Hey, I don't even want this to end. Man, I'm having such a good time today. This is so wonderful to get to come out here and do something like this. Ride on this trail, say hi to people. When I'm out here by myself, I just think about all kinds of stuff. You know, if you've never rode on a bicycle trail, I'm sure there's one close to your town or something, you know, just go down to a thrift store or something, get on Facebook Marketplace and buy your bike. Even electric bikes are down to almost nothing now. You can buy them for $100, $150 off of Marketplace. You go buy you an e-bike for almost nothing now. Take it out and ride it. That's Harmon Creek Road right there. That goes up to Collier's. And yeah. Coming to the trailhead, we are at the west side of the Panhandle Trail off of Harmon Creek Road in Weirton, West Virginia. Now the trail goes on further down here. Hey, what's up, man? Doing good. I've never been down here, so we'll just go down here and see what's down here. I've never been down here, but I know that they tried to build a bridge down here. They wanted to build a bridge down here to cross over into downtown, because people riding across America and stuff, when they want to go from Ohio to here, from here to Ohio, they have to get up on that bridge I was showing you, and they got to ride through town. So we're just going to see what's down here. No problem. Looks like it goes pretty far. Man, this is nice. I don't think many people come down here. This is really nice. I'm sure we're just going to come to a fence where we have to turn around and be like this. I don't know. Downhill, I'm not pedaling. Wow, man, we're going a whole lot further. Look at this. Well, I knew that it went further, you know, but this is new territory for me. Heck, we're going to be on the back side of town down here. Wow, there's a bench right there. Damn it, boy. We just might as well step it on happened was I went to the gym and I got me a salad, so I decided to come down here to the trailhead and just eat it because the gym's not very far. So I just thought I'd come down here and, you know, look around. But man, I didn't know you could ride this far down here. So when I turned around, I seen that sign where it says the trail is open. But I don't even know where it goes. I'm sure you have to turn around now. Well, I didn't want the day to end, and it didn't. I got to keep on riding it. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to look over here to the right to see where I'm at. Yeah, where I used to work at is right to the right of me. It's the Harmon Creek. It's the creek. I mean, you can't see it because of all the vegetation, but oh yeah, looks like we're coming to an end down here. We better gear. We need to gear down so we can slow down and turn around. All right, we're officially at the end now. I still can't tell where we're at. Kind of a lot of trash down here. Right. Well, that was pretty rad. That was probably at least a mile past. Oh yeah. Man, that was a long way down there. That's awesome. That could be a nice bike ride just to come down here to the West End Trailhead at Harmon Creek, Weirton, and just ride all the way down here and back. I mean, it'd be a pretty long ride. Charlene, she's about 4 minutes. I live about 4 minutes from the trailhead. She's gonna come down and pick me up. I'm gonna go home, pet my dogs. I got a 9/16 inch drill. I'll finish my door. I'll put that in this video. My dogs are so hairy, man. They're getting haircuts day after tomorrow. Oh yeah. All right, we're back up here. Man, that was Take a look at this map up here. How's it going? Well, I tell you what, now it goes about 1.5 miles further down there. Yeah, I went down there. It was nice.
I'm afraid though this would have been all downhill this whole way.
Well, yeah, it is downhill from Burgettstown to here.
Yeah. So we got to go back to. We're not going through to Burgettstown.
So where y'all riding? Where'd y'all get on the trail
we
at?
got on. I'm trying to think.
Was you above the state line?
Yes, I think we went about 2 or 3 miles till we hit the state line.
Yeah, so you used one of the parking lots between the state line and Burgettstown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we went from Burgettstown the other day, we had 3.7 miles more. We got to the thing, I'm like, that's ×2 plus all the way back. I said, I can't do it. So we started further this time so we could make it to the end.
Yeah, well, that's all uphill on the way back, but it's not that far. Y'all be all right.
Yeah, well, we did it before. So.
You got some pretty cool looking bikes.
Thanks. All right, Carl?
Yeah, so we're down here at the west end of the trail.
Yeah. So there is a little bit more, though.
Yeah, I think it's, I rode all the way down there. It's 1 mile or more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's all paved, too. When you get down there, I think that's where the, like the scrap yard starts. You know, if a person knew what they were doing, they could ride through there, you know, and come out at Burger King.
You know how to get through there.
Yeah, you can just look from 22 down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You can just keep on riding. I mean, it's open. You know, it's telling you not to go, but if you did.
I wouldn't say you told me to.
Right. That's right. Well, ma'am, y'all have a good afternoon. I'm gonna go head down there to the shade. I'm gonna call my lady, and she's coming to get me. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go up there to one of those chairs. Because they're in the shade, aren't they? Yeah, we'll go up here and set in the shade. All right. Ooh. Yeah, it's time to take this hat off too. I thought I had my reading glasses secured on there, but they fell off. Yeah, it was about a 30-mile ride. I had such a good time. Oh my goodness. It was so nice of my lady Charlene to take me to the other end so I could just ride back and film all this. But I'll be able to see good enough to call her.
Please leave your name and number and a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you. From the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Charlene, I made it down here to Weirton. What's up? Give me a call when you can. You know, I could ride home, but it's really dangerous. There's a lot of traffic. Yeah, that was a heck of a ride. I had a great time. You know, I can't explain how much I enjoy this hobby. It's just so great. And I know there's a lot of e-bike haters out there, but man, if it wasn't for these e-bikes, I couldn't even do this, just to be honest. Yeah, my ride, she's not answering the phone. I don't know what's going on. It's okay.
You have reached 304-374-7190. Please leave your name and number and a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you. At the tone, please record your message.
We'll see y'all later. Be careful and have a great time. Well, all I got to do to ride home is change batteries. I probably got enough battery to make it to the house, but we'll see you later, young man. Yeah, if I ride home, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is not very safe, but I don't know what's up with her, so. So I guess I might as well start working on that. Life ain't nothing but a bunch of challenges, so. Taking off on day 7, Ragbri in Iowa. I got Ace Pro 2, Ace Pro, X4, 2 battery packs on my front rack, all wired into my cameras. That's my setup for today. Hey man.
Hey Chris.
Yeah, we'll see you later. I'm in Weirton Community School District. That's the name of the city. A little hole right here to hit. Here we go. All right. No, this should be pretty interesting.